So yeah, soundproofing, not the sexiest topic for a video, I know, but kind of important, especially if you're running a home workshop and you don't want to hack off your neighbours, or in a commercial workspace like this one, even though I'm allowed to make a certain amount of noise. Obviously, I don't want to mess with my neighbours next door, who are lovely people. They're theatrical costumiers. They make costumes for theatre and for movies and television. And whilst they're generally very quiet, I can actually hear the machines going, and I can actually hear a little bit of hubbub of chatter going on, which probably means they can hear me too. So just in the interest of good neighbourliness, and also just to keep that ambient noise down a little bit, I need to open this up and get some soundproofing in there. I am not a soundproofing expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I know you need density more than anything, and it wouldn't surprise me when I open these up to find that there's absolutely nothing in there. So I won't really know until I get this apart, but I need to crack on with this. So all this has got to be cleared. I've got to get the MFT out of here and out of the way. All these shelves have got to come off, all these bits and pieces. I'll get on with that, and I'll come back to you when I start uncovering what's behind that plasterboard. My first car, in case you're wondering, Austin A40. Heap of junk, but it was my heap of junk. I was wondering where they got to. Oh yeah, done that. Done that. Okay, I'll confess, I didn't quite appreciate how much those shelves held. God, there's a lot of stuff. Right, one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to make my own version of an MFT, but before I do that, I want that MFT to go back here, so I still need to keep the two sort of ends of this, but this middle piece needs to come away so that I can get to this lot, and obviously I've got to cut all this lot away, so that I can get to this wall. So yeah, not a trivial task, but it's got to be done. The track saw won't quite go through the full depth or reach all the way to the back, but it gets the bulk of the cut done, and then I can finish off with a handsaw. Then it's time to tackle the bearer, first with the multi-tool, and then with a small reciprocating saw. Yeah, I need to get some new blades, I think. And with everything out of the way, I can unscrew the plasterboard partition, run the multi-tool around the edge just to break the cork line, and then we can get to see what lies beneath. So that explains a lot. There's nothing on the other side other than a door. Just a door, random door, stud wall on this side, and a little bit of insulation in between. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll take all this off. Put a double layer of MDF in there, and then a single skin of 12mm MDF on the outside. Seal it all around with acoustic caulk, and then fingers crossed that'll be that. But that's unbelievable. Well, all too believable actually. Each piece of MDF needs cutting to size pretty accurately, and yes, I'm using my old bench tops for this. I'll be replacing them soon, very soon, and this seems to be the perfect use for a sheet of 15-year-old MDF. I'm putting 2 layers of 18mm MDF in, the first against battens or stops at the back of the studwork, and the second screwed directly to the face of the first. And I'm also packing in as much of the old insulation as I can behind the MDF. Incidentally, you should always wear a mask when you're working with this stuff. It was working unmasked with this type of insulation that started my asthma all those years ago, so definitely not worth taking the risk. Okay, well that took quite a while. Each of these had to be cut to fit individually. I've got to go around all the edges now with some acoustic sealant. I'm actually using fire incandescent sealant, but it also has acoustic properties. And if you go to a proper soundproofing outfit, they invariably give you acoustic, fire rated sealant rather than acoustic, because it's much cheaper and does much of the same thing. So anyway, I'm going to go all the way around the edges on this, and then I'm going to leave that to set. Then we'll get another skin over the whole thing, and then fingers crossed we can let that calm down, get a coat of paint on it, and we'll all be done. But happy times with a gun full of goop, and back to you again in a minute. Not bad. So what I need to do is put some little pieces in behind here as well, off the noggin. So a couple of little pieces behind here so that we can screw into just to keep these in line. But otherwise, not bad. Those extra little pieces are just glued in with a 5-minute PU adhesive, and while it sets I can cut down the other sheet of MDF skin. I forgot that I hadn't cut the splinter guide on that one yet. Still 1.5 metres, handy rail size. And then fix it all in place with screws straight through into the studwork. Apply another generous bead of caulk around the edges. And fill over the screw holes on the gap with a slap of 2-pack resin. "20 minutes later and it's ready to sand and paint. I'm just using a basic emulsion paint on this, and it'll get a couple of coats. Most of this will be covered by a set of shelves, so there's no need to be particularly precious about it, but I will blend the walls in as well while I'm here with a wet brush. So there we are, that really is all there is to it. Opening up the House of Horrors in there and putting in some solid, dense MDF just to keep things subdued. It has made a world of difference. I'm really astounded at it, to be honest. I didn't think it would be as good as it is, but very, very impressed by that. And of course, I've now got a nice solid wall to fix onto as well. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there for this one. Thanks so much for taking a look. Thank you, as always, to my amazing Patreon supporters and YouTube members whose contributions really do help me to keep the lights on here. But I've said it before, it's the conversations that we have that really helped me shape these public-facing videos. So if you'd like to be part of the 10-minute workshop team, come and join me. There are links in the video description down below to where you can join the member platforms. We'd love to have you on board and taking part. But that's it for this one. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one. I'm doing the thing. Will you stop? Oh.